Most High, for taking the things of the world off of my shoulders.
Put some houses in there real quick.
Yeah. Thank you, Father. Lord, you made my desires pure. Yeah. You made my desires pure. Yeah. You made my desires pure. Yeah. You made my desires pure. I want wisdom, understanding. I don't want no Grammy. I wanna live a righteous life with a righteous family. I want a wife that love you more than she love me. Wanna show my people that they royalty. Wanna live by your commands, on your word we stand. I'd rather be touching scriptures than touching these banks. The riches gon' profit nothing in a day of wrath. I was living in my mess, I had to take a bath. Creating me a clean heart, but made me pure. The things of the world, y'all, it's time to ignore. I want love, I want peace, I want everlasting life. Well done, my good and faithful servant, walking in that light. I'm on this narrow path, trying to save a soul. I want my people in Jerusalem, the days are old. I wanna get to the homeless, show them that he care. I wanna get a homeless, hope we almost out of here. Get your example through your son, and it's the only way. Ain't no pagans over here, we keepin' holy days. I want my people stop the killing, we dropping the prophets. I want us come back to the laws, it ain't no other option. Don't want no hate up in my heart, not over no doctrine. I want the fruits of the spirit, y'all could keep the nonsense. I had to renew my mind, I had to free my conscience. I had to confess my sins, I had to be honest. I want the Ruach HaKodesh to come into me. I only trust the Father, not the enemy. The Father word, he came and cleansed the enemy. I only want the Spirit, so I'm killing me. The Father gave me righteous things that I desire. I wanna see the kingdom, not the lake of fire. I don't want no drugs, scriptures got me higher. If we coming up here, how we gon' make it higher? Desires pure. You made my 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 desires pure. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. You made my desires pure. Haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. You made my desires pure. Haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. You made my desires pure. See all that weight that was on our shoulders. You made my desires pure. All the things of this world. You made my desires pure. I want to say thank you, Father. You made my desires pure. Getting that weight off our shoulders. Hallelujah.
All right, good evening, good evening. Thank y'all for joining us this evening for questions and answers.
Shalom, shalom, everybody.
We're going to get this started with Psalms 119, verse 104. Through thy precept I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way.
You know, every time stuff like this happens, don't want to hook up right and things going wrong, it always turn out to be a pretty good day. So I'm optimistic. believe it's gonna be pretty good. Hey.
Wing.
We had 2 questions coming in. I want to get this one that's gonna take the longest first, Carlos.
All right.
And this is a question that came up. Somebody told Mike one time they asked a question, and what you did? They deserve an answer. So I don't think it's something we would have brought up. Not now, because it ain't important. Like I said, it ain't important.
Yeah.
But the question was asked, so we kind of.
You got too much.
We kind of obligated to give an answer. And now I'm gonna say this up front that if the answer that the Bible reveals is a stumbling block to some, don't worry about the answer. We just keep the commandments. Just keep the commandments, right? The question, in a nutshell, I want to make sure, and if I say it wrong, to the person who asked the question, please correct me. If this, because sometimes I'll answer a question that people didn't ask. Let me just make sure. In a nutshell, because it's kind of long, what color was Christ? What color was he? What does the Bible give us any hints other than Revelation 1? Or are there any other clues in the Bible? Are there any clues in this Bible?
Yeah.
Are there any clues in here, Carlos?
Oh yeah.
Are there anything in here that we can get
Absolutely.
to give a definite answer?
Yep.
If it's all right with you, I want to start right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Good page.
Matter of fact, I want to read it out of here too. So I don't want to read it out of one of these books because these could have been written 1993 or something.
Yeah.
Which they probably would.
Yeah.
But I want to get it out of here, and then we'll go back to the Bible after we get this.
Wait a minute, I thought this was the Bible.
Oh well, back to the Bible everybody else has. This is 18. I think this is 1849. I believe it is 1849. King James version. We don't open it much because you can see it's in what shape it's in. But we're gonna open it today, and we're gonna read from Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14. Like I said, this was the Apocrypha was in the King James version until about 1880s. The 1880s. It was taken out at that time for something else coincidentally was going on around that time. And remind me to come back to that. Don't let me forget. Come back to that part.
Yeah.
What was going on around the 1880s, 1860s? Wisdom of Solomon. Let me find the page. No, not bad.
All right.
14.
14. It turns right to it.
Is it? Well, go ahead. Just go and start reading. We'll start about what 8. Carlos?
Yep.
8, chapter 14, verse 8. The Wisdom of Solomon. All right. But that which is made with hands is cursed.
That which is made of hands is cursed. Talking about idols. Okay.
As well it as he that made it. He, because he made it, and it because being incorruptible, it was called God.
Okay.
For the ungodly,
It was called what?
It was called God, small g.
It was called God, the thing that was made. Okay.
For the ungodly, and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto God. For that which is made shall be punished, together with him that made it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the
He's going to punish the idols of the Gentiles, just like he punished the idols of Egypt, remember? When he went, he said, I'm going to punish the Egyptians and their gods, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
in the creature of God, they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the soul of men and a snare to the feet of the unwise.
Let me just tell you what he's talking about there. What's coming, a stumbling block? He's about to read some prophetic verses that were taken out of the Bible about a man. This thing won't hook up. About a man who putting his son up to be an image. The image that we see, that's all. Right here.
Yeah.
It was here the whole time, but somebody told y'all don't need to see this. Y'all don't need to read this because you know too much.
Yep.
We trying to deceive y'all. That's the name of the game, deception. So we're gonna take these verses out. But go ahead, Carlo. No.
12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication,
Okay.
and the inventions of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever.
All right.
For by the vain glory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end.
Okay.
For a father afflicted with untimely mourning,
Here we go.
when he hath made an image of his child,
He made an image of his child.
soon taken away, now honored him as a god, small
Now
g.
he's honored as a god. This man, this Pope Rodrigo Bogier, put his son up to be the image of God to the Western world.
Who was painted by who?
One of them Ninja Turtles.
Da Vinci.
Who is it now?
Leonardo.
Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo.
Yeah.
Robe.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo painted that portrait.
Okay. But why was it put up as a god
Right.
to the Western world? That's also in here. They took that out. Can we pause right there? Because he said put up as God. Okay. I want to pause right there. We'll hold your spot.
Oh, we all good.
I'm gonna go to the second. Give me 2nd Ezra 13. Second Ezra 13, 40. Start at 40. 30. Start at 39.
Second Ezra 13 started 49.
39.
Oh, 39? All right. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osei the king.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Who? They're who? The 10 tribes.
The 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners
Okay.
out of their own land in the time of Osei
Okay.
the king,
Keep going.
whom Salamazar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
They came into another land. Go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Where never mankind dwelt. Where did they go? Keep going.
That they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land.
Wait a minute. The 10 tribes, they remember when Rehoboam? No.
Jeroboam.
When Jeroboam got the 10 tribes of the northern kingdom,
Yep.
he never kept the commandments the way God told him to keep them, right?
That's right.
So now these 10 tribes are saying, hey, God wouldn't play with when he said he was going to punish us and send us away as slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to another land where nobody ever dwelt, and we're going to keep the commandments there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead. Where did they go?
43. And they entered into Euphrates
They went through the Euphrates River.
by the narrow place of the river.
Uh-huh.
For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood
Okay.
till they were passed over.
Uh-huh.
For through that country there was a great way to go,
There was a great way to go.
namely of a year and a half.
It took them a year and a half to get to this new land they're going to. Go ahead.
And the same region is called Assyria.
Ozareth.
Ozareth, okay.
If you look up Ozareth,
Ozareth.
somebody, let me see. Hold on. Maybe I can Google it real quick. Am I up there? Spell it for me. A-Z?
No,
A-R.
A-R.
A-S.
A-R-S-A-R.
That's the I mean the Greek form of it.
A-R.
S-A-R.
S-A-R.
E-T-H.
E-T-H. Okay, we gonna Google that real quick. Ozareth. It felt a little different on this one, but
Yeah.
we're gonna click on it and we're gonna see what it says. Can you read that, Carlo? Can you see it over there?
You
when
got
it
yours
come
up? Oh, you found one?
Yeah, when it come up there. There we go.
Well, I got one right. Well,
Ozareth. There it is. Well, go ahead, Ro.
Oh, yeah,
As long as
same
Ro
one.
got it up.
that's the one I got. Yeah.
Okay, we'll read. What
Same
you got
one.
there?
It says, Ozareth, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man,
Uh-huh.
in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell.
What we just read out of here, right?
Yep.
Okay, keep going.
Observing the laws of Moses
Uh-huh.
until the time of the restoration,
Uh-huh.
according to what we just read in Ezra 13.
Uh-huh.
Columbus identified America.
What?
Columbus identified America with this land.
Columbus identified. So where is this land? America.
That's right.
This is who he encountered, Columbus, when he got here.
That's right.
He knew who he
He
was
knew
going
who
to
it
find.
was. That's right.
It's in here.
Yep.
But they took it out because they don't want you to know that the Native American Indians and the South American Mexicans, what we call them,
Yep.
were
They were already there.
Hebrews
Yep.
from the 10 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
Okay. Now let's go back to where you was reading in what's Solomon. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon.
All right. We're gonna start back. We're gonna start back at 15.
Okay.
For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his child, soon taken away, now honored him as a god.
Now honored him as a god over in the Western world. Okay. Go ahead.
Was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
Okay.
Thus, in process of time and ungodly customs, grown strong, was kept as a law, and graven images was worshipped by the commandments of kings.
What verse you at?
16.
Keep all right. Keep going.
17. Whom men could not honor in presence,
Okay.
because they dwelt far off. They took the
Why? They couldn't honor him in presence because the image is the only thing that came. This is
Right.
God.
Right.
This is God.
Right.
To the Indians and the people who Columbus encountered. Go ahead.
dwelt far off. They took the counterfeit of his visage from
Visage.
visage
We're going to see that word again.
Yep.
They took the counterfeit of Christ's visage.
Appearance.
visage, okay,
Uh-huh.
from far, and made an express image of a king whom they honored, to the end that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent.
Who was absent? The king. Rodrigo Pope. Alexander the Fifth or Rodrigo Bozier. Go ahead.
As if he were present. Also, the singular diligence of the artificer did help to set forward the ignorant to more superstitions.
Who was the artificer? The Carlos just said it was Leonardo. He's the one who painted the painting.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
For he pre-adventure willing to please one in authority, forced all his skills to make the resemblance of the best fashion, And so the multitude, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a god, which a little before was but honored.
As a man. Honored as a man. But now he's God over in the Western world. Carlos, you over. Can you read that right there? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Let me blow it up a little bit. And this here just sums up. I didn't write this. I just Googled it. But somebody knew about this here because they already talking about it. Go ahead, Carlos.
Cesare Borgia is in the book entitled Triptych of Poisoners, and is also in the book entitled Cesare Borgia, His Life and Times by Sarah Bradford. Between 1502 and 1503, he employed Leonardo da Vinci,
Who you just said.
as a military architect and engineer, in which him and Leonardo da Vinci became intimate. Instantaneously. They were lovers.
Wow.
To express his love towards Cesare, Leonardo painted many pictures of him. Cesare's father, Rodrigo Borgia, who later became Pope Alexander VI, under the authority of the Catholic Church elite, had his son's picture put up as Jesus Christ in the Western world. Cesare had sex with his own sister, Lucretia, and he killed his brother Giovanni in 1497. And this is the man whom the Catholic Church gave their consent to allowing his picture to be put up and portrayed as Jesus Christ, to deceive the whole world. Revelation 12:9.
Right.
Yes.
Deceive the whole world to think Christ was European. See, what most people don't know is there is a competition during the time called the Renaissance period between Leonardo da Vinci and the well-known Michelangelo. The competition was to see who could impress the king by making a new image of the king's son that would deceive the world, in which Leonardo da Vinci won the competition.
What we just read. I want you to read that one more verse on what you got now. On 21.
21.
Since y'all said deceive the whole world.
And this was an occasion to deceive the world. For men serving either calamity or tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks the
Immutable name.
incommutable name.
Okay. So I wanted to get that out of the way first because I wanted to show who this,
How it evolved.
how it evolved. Right. Exactly. There you go. Thank you. My bad. But while we here, while we right here, I want to get one more verse out of here. First and second Ezra 3. Maccabees. First Maccabees.
Yeah, First Maccabees.
First Maccabees 3.
48.
48. Okay.
First Maccabees 3:48.
First Maccabees. Chapter 3.
48.
Verse 48.
All right. And laid open the book of the law.
Go up one.
Okay. Then they fasted that day and put on sackcloth and cast ashes upon their heads.
Okay. So about the Jews did that, right? Okay.
And rent their cloths and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Not right there. They were mourning because the Greeks had came and did what they did, and they opened the book of the law, where what now?
Wherein the heathen,
the Gentile,
had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
They took out the images that was there, whatever they were, and they put their own images in it.
Device of Satan. Go ahead.
Whoever wins the war gets to tell the history.
Yep.
That's us. That's our book.
Right. Right.
There's some clues in here. Like even I can't. This ain't a good picture here. Well, never mind that. Let me see. Let me get this picture right here though. Look right here. This is why you see so many South Americans, Hispanics, who are Catholic because of this right here.
Mm-hmm.
This right here, and then look at that image right there.
Yep.
You can see that from the whole country.
Yep.
Flying in on the plane.
Jesus Christ.
Right in the center
This
of the whole
Jesus
country.
Christ.
Yep.
The one we just read in 2 Maccabees, where they went to change the image of the Jews and put their own images in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we'll go to. Well, you want to get something?
Well, I mean,
Go ahead. I don't want to keep talking.
Revelation 12:9. This is the whole plot of Satan, and we talked about it a little bit. I think Aaron had brought it up last week or last Shabbat about the devices of Satan and how he had deceived the whole world.
Right.
And so, if we look at that Columbus came over, and if the 10 tribes was already there,
Right.
Columbus came over, and then when the other Europeans came over during the transatlantic slave trade, they already had instilled in them or taught that was Christ.
Right.
And so what they had to do, because the Most High put us in a deep sleep, what they had to do is erase the Israelites' history, language.
That was a part of the strategy.
That was the part of the strategy. That was Satan's strategy. Everything that the Israelites had to learn, they had to dismiss their God. They couldn't remember their language, their culture. Everything had to be stripped away from them, and then they taught them that was Christ.
Exactly.
That is Christ. If you remember, in when you first got over there, they knew they were Hebrew. They knew they were Israelites.
Right.
And so they had to literally, some with their mind and with their brain, had to literally beat it out of them. Y'all remember in Roots?
Oh, yeah.
The slave master came up to him. He said, "What's your name?"
Right.
It's Kunta Kinte. No, it's not. It's Toby. What's your name? Kunta. No, it's not. Toby. Your name is Toby. So they had to literally beat it out of us to the point that we had surrendered and said, "Okay, shoot, my name is Toby." But the thing was, after all the generation after generation after generation, we kept telling the Israelites that, then they forgot. And that was the whole plan of Satan.
Right.
Make them forget who they are.
Right.
Make them forget who they are. And that was their whole plan. And another thing I wanted to bring up was you had that picture.
17 now. Go ahead. You need it?
You had that picture. Now the other one, you had that other one too.
I get it.
Now this is not the depiction of Christ. That's not Christ, but the lesson that you can learn from it.
Let me get it crazy.
If we go all the way back to our great grandmama, by that time it was whipped out of us. It was beat out of us, Mike. So now we don't even know who Christ is, who he looked like. And so if you keep giving the pictures to them of this, I remember my grandmother had this exact picture sitting on the wall. Sitting on the wall. And this is who I knew what Jesus Christ was.
Right. Everybody.
And so this is what happened and this was the plan of Satan. So from going from this, now I'm putting this up there, I'm saying this is what he looked like, but the characteristics, the appearance of what they're showing him, woolly hair, eyes like fire, bronze skin, we had to dismiss. We can't have them thinking this is what Christ looked like, because the slaves were like, "Oh, wait a minute, he looked like us." So we can't give them this. We have to give them this. And that was the whole, Satan has deceived the whole world.
And the testimony is self-evident when they said they painted
That's it.
the image to
Their likeness.
So
They painted the image to their likeness.
If he was already that,
Right.
there would have been no painting contest.
Right. Right.
It's absolutely
And see,
never
this is
been a painting contest.
and this is why sometimes we talk about it. It can be a sensitive discussion, but you get a lot of Christians will say, "Well, color doesn't matter. Color doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what color. If it didn't matter, then why did they change the image?"
Well, it mattered to the objective.
To the objective. That's right.
Make people
But
disappear.
that's right. But when you tell them what the scripture says,
Right.
Revelation 1:14, how it looked like, then all of a sudden it goes from, no, he looked like this. But when you prove it in the
Yeah,
scriptures
what's
that
written.
was written, then all of a sudden, well, color doesn't matter.
And we saying that all the time. It shouldn't matter because the only
That's
thing
right.
that should matter is what?
The commandments.
It's the commandments.
That's why I said, that's why I had that disclaimer in the beginning.
Right.
If this is a stumbling block, and we're going to the Bible to pull out some more scripture.
Right.
But if this is a stumbling block,
Right.
just keep the command.
That-
word.
Since you
That's
asked
right.
the question,
Right.
That's right.
we're gonna ask
And
the
so
question.
but we have to understand Revelations 12:9.
Absolutely.
This was his whole purpose, and we had talked about it last week.
That's right.
If I can control them
Right.
by racism,
Right.
by color, which he did,
Right.
if I can do that, then I got him.
Right. That's right.
And that's the important part of it.
Right.
If I can control it that way,
Right.
then I got him.
Because he killed two birds with one stone.
Exactly what he did. Exactly what he did.
I mean, that kill two birds with one stone has a lot of tie-ins to things we don't even think about.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Um,
But once you come into the truth, that's the whole key to it, y'all.
Right.
Once you come into the truth,
set free.
this doesn't matter.
Yeah, you set free from that.
You're set free from it.
Yeah.
But once you are, as long as you're in Christianity,
You held captive.
here's now you're held captive to it, and that's why they say color doesn't matter. When you're in the truth, it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
That's right.
Christianity and other religions, it does because he's the power.
Right.
That's the power.
Right.
He's Caucasian.
Right.
And so the Caucasian, y'all remember Good Times?
Oh, wait a minute. Go ahead on now.
Y'all, you remember in that episode when JJ painted Ned the Wino and he called it Black Jesus.
Yeah, sure did.
And so Michael wanted to put it up on the wall. Florida, Mama had a picture of this one right here.
There we go.
That is.
And she said, there it is, thank you. she put that up there. And she said, this is the only Jesus I know. She said, I don't know who I saw first, my mama, my papa, or this Jesus.
Yeah.
She said, oh, so this is the Jesus I know.
And the
But
one
what
I-
did Michael say? Michael said,
Hidden in plain sight.
well, wait a minute. She said, Mama, first Florida said, Jesus is black. If Jesus was black, then he would be in the
Bible.
the
says
Bible. Michael said, Mama, he is. It is in the Bible. She said, well, he said, right here. Look at it. Revelation 1:14. And she said, look, he got eyes like fire and white woolly hair. And Florida said, yeah, it sure do say that, don't it? And then Michael said, Mama, why wasn't Jesus black? He said the 12 tribes of Israel was supposed to be black, and the lost tribes of Israel supposed to be black. And then JJ said, yeah, and if any people were lost, we're it. It was sitting right there the whole time.
Yeah.
They said it in Good Times and it
Said
went right over our
He
head.
said it as a comical statement.
Went right over our
but it
head.
was 100%.
Somebody read it. Somebody knew.
was
The
saying
writers,
message.
the writers of Hollywood, they knew who we were.
Well, they actually
they had-
said in the message.
That's right. JJ said it. If it was any other lost people, we're it.
That's right.
Because Michael said Jesus was supposed to have been of the 12 tribes of Israel, lost tribes of Israel. They were black.
Yeah.
So that was the scheme. That was the plan, Mike.
Right.
Revelation 12:9. That was the plan. But in the truth, it doesn't matter because all nations is coming in that receive those 10 commandments.
Right.
It's keeping the 10 commandments.
Exactly.
But that was his bring division. I'm gonna use color and racism. That's what Satan did. I'm gonna use that to bring division amongst them.
In the art of
And
war.
that's why you got a lot of camps
Right.
now mistreating white folk. We're gonna beat y'all. We're gonna rape y'all. Y'all white. Y'all not getting in. Why? Because Satan knew that was gonna be a stumbling block. That was gonna be the stumbling block.
And
He
I
knew
just-
that.
I just read in the art of war, he accomplished his objective because of those camps.
That's it. That's right.
Cursing the righteousness of God.
That's right.
Jeremiah.
You know, I mean, he's accomplished his objective, Satan.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, he killed 2 birds with 1 stone. He's killing the Israel
Yep.
and he's killing the Gentiles.
That's yep.
Non-stop.
2 birds with 1 stone. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what he's
throwing 1
doing.
stone, but he's taking out both of them.
So is.
And remind me to tell y'all why when we get through this. Somebody asked me why. Why the lie? Tell me why. Somebody after we get through.
Isaiah 14:13-14.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's one of them.
that's one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get on what you were saying about they beat out of us who we were, and we didn't know who we were. Get that out of Jeremiah 17.
Jeremiah 17:4.
Uh-huh.
And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage
Yeah.
that I gave thee.
You gonna forget who you are. You gonna forget you are Israelite. You
That's
gonna
right.
forget you're Hebrew. Why? Cause just said they gonna beat it out of you, but why?
Yep.
Go ahead.
And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies
Serve thy enemies well.
in the land which thou knowest not.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know nothing about no America. What? Azarad.
Yep.
America. Go ahead.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
So look, it's all this stuff is backing each other up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But the question was, I don't want to get too far off the
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
What color was Christ?
What's Christ? Yeah.
Well, you was talking about him in Luke 1 about he came to redeem his people. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
His people.
Yep.
Now look up here on the screen. Rolanda, can you give me on the screen? Everybody,
Amen.
every group of people who got a God, the God looks just like them. That's some Hindu people right
Yeah.
there. They got a Hindu God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some Chinese people praying to the Chinese God.
Look like them.
Uh-huh. Look. And white people
Uh-huh.
praying to white God.
Uh-huh.
Oh. What happened right there? But we just read why.
Yeah.
Who is our God?
Mm-hmm.
Who is our God?
Right.
Right.
We gonna see though. We
Yeah.
gonna see.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna read this definition of ready before we go on.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna read the definition of ham. And this is why I say get the old book.
Yep.
Because this is right here. Let me go, Rolanda. Hold on.
Can I get an editorial real quick?
Go ahead.
It behooves us to go through what some people may say is nonsense,
Mm-hmm.
so that people can get it out of their life and out of their head.
Yeah.
Get it behind you.
Yeah.
Keep these commandments
Keep the commandments. That's all that matters. That's
and
all
enter
that
the
matters.
kingdom of God.
Yep.
All this other stuff is to make you lose your soul.
That's it.
Yep.
Because you're getting buried in lies.
You got ham.
That's it.
I got him right here.
You got ham.
Division. Lies.
Lies and
That's what it's going to do.
and Christ is not the author of division and lies.
Well, that's what he
But
planned to
if
do,
you're
Mike.
in those systems that are packed with lies
Yeah.
and create division,
Yep.
I mean, come on, answer the question for yourself. How can you enter the kingdom?
The commandments.
How you gonna enter the kingdom with that in
Wait.
your heart?
Right.
I mean, think about it, and yeah, we need to go through this. You know, and it's just good the question was asked.
Yeah.
We really need to go through
I'm
this.
glad the question was asked.
Me too. Yeah.
This one right here was printed, first print 1967. This one here, I don't know, 2000. First print is it?
1987.
87. First print is
In 2011 by Simon.
2011. Okay.
Copy. Okay, yeah.
You think you want this one, right?
Thank you.
Look at all this big pretty book.
Yep.
This one here, toe up. I had pictures in this one. Look at all the pictures. All the look how thick it is. It got to have more information, right? Man, it's got a lot of nothing in it.
Yep.
The definitions that we about to read, they don't say the same thing in here.
Yep.
If you go to get a Bible dictionary, get the old.
The old.
Get the old Zondervan Bible dictionary. Get an old Bible. Don't get this new stuff. It ain't telling you what the potholes are.
Right.
This Bible here in the beginning, it tells you about italic type.
Right.
They got a whole Sunday doctrine because it say first day of the week. But every time you see day,
It's a talent.
it's in italic type.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody added the word day.
Yep.
Okay. But anyway, I want to read two definitions.
To deceive.
To deceive you into a Sunday worship and a Sunday Jesus. Okay. And before I get that, one more thing. Hosea 6:2 is, like I said the other day, if Hosea 6:2 wasn't in this Bible, I'd still be in Sunday church. Hosea 6:2 said that God, after 2 days or 2,000 years, there was a literal 2 days that he spent with the woman at the well and the Samaritan.
Right.
But there's another 2 days. The day with the Lord is 1,000 years.
Right.
2,000 years after that, he's waking us up.
Right.
That's what he said he was going to do. And if those verses hadn't been in the Bible, and this is evidence that he's waking us up.
Yep.
What we showing you now is evidence that somebody's waking us up.
Right.
We ain't never seen these verses before.
Right.
We would have never got this old Bible.
We really didn't have a big interest in the Bible.
Didn't as one bit. It wasn't about me.
Right.
But now we know it is. Can you get what you got? No,
I got ham.
get ham. All right, color you got ready.
Yeah, you know I
Okay.
get that.
Two definitions in the
Don't go
Bible
together.
Yeah.
that if you want to look up in the Bible dictionary, what does it say about ham?
Ham.
Because that's what they told us we were, right?
Right.
We're from this cursed seed of Ham. Go ahead.
The youngest son of Noah.
Okay.
Born probably about 96 years before the flood. And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood.
Through the flood,
Yep.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
he became the the first of the dark races. But
That's right.
Not the Negroes.
whoa.
Uh-oh.
Not the Negroes.
Right.
I thought we was from Ham. Somebody knew we wouldn't. They put it in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
That's right.
Not the Negroes, but who?
But the Egyptians,
Egyptians,
Ethiopians, Libyans,
Libyans,
and Canaanites.
the Africans, what
Those
we call
Africans.
Africans today,
Those are Africans.
but not the Negroes.
Right.
Carlos, you got a definition? What you got? Go ahead, go.
Nigga said the Africans, but not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes.
That's telling you straight up right there.
That we're different.
We're not African.
Yeah, exactly.
They said it in the book.
Right.
All our lives, we thought
We was African.
we was African.
African American. Who?
thought-
Not me.
That's right. That's right. We thought we were African.
I'll be putting it over.
And because they thought we were
Well, now.
Hamites,
Yep.
you know, I had a person tell me that one of my fellow brothers, when I was in church, he said, "Y'all were cursed." He said, "That's why y'all having a hard time." But we were cursed,
Yeah.
not because we were
Not because
Hamites.
that's right.
Not the curse you think.
Not the curse you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We
right.
were cursed.
Yeah, we were.
Right. But
Yep.
not being associated with Ham.
That's right. Yep.
Carlos, you got a definition, don't you?
Ready.
Who was ready?
Yeah, I'm the definition right there.
David was ready.
Just look at me.
So Joe.
First.
It says,
David was ready, right?
yeah,
Okay.
ruddy, a word used to refer to a red or fair complexion. In contrast
Contrast or a different wrong
to the dark skin of the Hebrews.
to the what?
To the dark skin, in contrast to the dark skin of the Hebrews.
You think this Bible here? I mean, this new one. You think that got it in here?
Not them words.
It ain't. And them words, they took them words out.
Yep.
Why? Because after 2 days, he's gonna wake us up.
Yep.
He's gonna wake us up. I want to get some of the clues that was in the Bible that we just overlooked.
Yep.
We read right over.
Sure did.
Give me Ezekiel 8 first. We go there first. Carlos, all the ones you can think of. Just
Okay.
Ezekiel 8, starting 1. No?
Ezekiel 8 and 1.
Yeah.
And it came to pass in the 6th year, in the 6th month, and in the 5th day of the month,
Okay.
as I sat in my house, and the elders of Judah sat before me,
Mm-hmm.
that the hand of the Lord God fell there upon me.
Yeah.
Then I beheld, and lo, a likeness as the appearance of fire.
Yeah.
From the appearance of his loins even downward fire,
Fire.
and from his loins even upward, as the appearance of brightness, as the color of amber.
What'd he do?
And he put forth the form of a hand, and took me by a lock of my head.
Oh, hold on. What? Stop right there.
Yep.
He took me by what?
Took me by a lock of my head.
I'm just gonna type in lock, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna type in lock. I'm gonna see here. What comes up?
You left the K on, but still. It's all right.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna put hair.
Mm-hmm. No, you spell lock with a K. Not hair lock. That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
STYLE. STY.
Hashtag. STYLES, yeah.
Yeah.
STYLE.
Yeah. Well, I need a keyboard. All right. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. Who them folks is? He said he took me by what now?
And he put forth the form of a hand,
Yeah.
and took me by a lock of my head.
Lock of my head.
Mm-hmm. And the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heaven.
That's all I need right there. I'm just saying these are the type stuff we read over because it wasn't us.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
When you read about Samson,
Yep.
what did he have?
Locks.
7 locks
7 locks.
in his head.
Yep.
We read right over it. Because it wasn't us.
Right.
That was the Jesus we knew.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It wasn't us. Carlos, I know you got some.
Yeah.
Go on and get them.
You want? Did you want to stay on brother, or you want to go on back to the?
Whatever you got.
Huh?
Whatever you got.
Oh well, because that's another reason why they think you want to get Genesis 25 right quick.
That's good. Let's get it. Whatever you got.
Start at 20, 21. We just read in the definition of in the Bible dictionary, Zondervan, what ruddy is.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's go to the scriptures
Okay, you said Genesis 25?
and back that up. Yeah,
Is it 25?
Huh?
Oh, is it 25? Okay.
25.
Yes, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, Genesis 25, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Okay.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
Mm-hmm.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Okay.
And the first came out red.
Came out what?
Red.
Wait a minute. What was the definition of ruddy in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary?
I think it said red.
It said red.
All right.
Red or fair complexion.
Uh-huh.
Esau was ruddy.
Right.
Light skin.
He was light
I
skinned.
thought he was a white man.
No.
No.
No. Esau at this time was. Why didn't they? When Jacob came out, why didn't they describe him?
Because he was like everybody else.
He already looked like everybody else.
Right.
He was dark complexion.
Right.
That's why they.
There was no
put.
need.
That's right. That's why they put the emphasis on Esau at that
Esau.
time. because he came out red, like me, red complexion, light skin guy.
Right.
Same. That's the same reason. Okay. Daniel 10.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna start at just going in the fourth. Just start at 4.
Start at 4.
Yep.
Daniel 10 and starting at verse 4. And in the 4th and 20th day of the first month, as I was by the side of the great river, which is Hedekiah, then I lifted up my eyes and looked,
This Daniel talking now.
and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins was girded with fine gold of Uphaz. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
Stop. Wait a minute. His arms and his feet like color,
To polished
like
brass.
color, color, like color to polish brass. What color is brass, y'all? Polished. Polished.
Oh, Lord.
Polished brass. Polished brass. We was asking now. Some say make sense, some say it's different, but I think this was the image of Christ that Daniel saw. Some say different, but to me, if we're going precept upon precept, line upon line, the same description in Revelation 1:14, it looked like that's the same one, ain't it, BJ?
Yeah, well, it looked like.
Yeah. And so I think he saw, the image of Christ.
Right.
Daniel did. And that's what we asking. What color was Christ? Well, we getting it through the scriptures. What the color did they have for him? Through the scriptures.
I mean, it would have to fit Revelation.
It had to. They had to get it. Yeah, but other people say that.
Revelation, Job.
What else we got?
I got
And all of them.
Paul.
Mm.
What Paul have to say? What verse that is?
That's 21.
Acts 21.
Yeah. Ain't you that Egyptian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some. Let me see here. Let me go back. Act 21. Paul, he want me to talk here.
Yeah, it's backing down in 20 something.
38.
You found it? Okay.
Okay. Acts 21 and 38. Are not thou the...
Go up a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see what's happening there.
Let's see.
Go to 35.
35?
Yeah.
All right. And when he came upon the stairs, so it was that he was born of the soldiers for the violence of the people.
Okay, he got saved. The soldiers snatched him out the crowd. Okay.
For the multitude of the people followed after, crying away with him. And as Paul was to be led into the council, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek?
Can you speak Greek? Go ahead.
Are not thou that Egyptian?
Are you the what?
That Egyptian.
Now, just from the hieroglyphics on the wall, Ro, can you give me? We know what color the Egyptian was.
Just told us in the
Definition,
Bible.
just tell me.
Bible dictionary.
This is
Ham.
hieroglyphics right here.
Yep.
And the soldier thought he was an Egyptian.
Joe did.
What color must Paul have been?
That was a dark skinned brother there.
Okay, so now go back to what I was showing about the Chinese people. Had the Chinese,
Yeah. Yeah.
the Hindu people,
Yeah.
the Indian people,
Yep.
had the Indian Hindu God.
Yep.
What color should have been the Hebrews God? Should have been.
Should have been right.
Right.
That's right.
Even this one got the They got they black.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Islam, though.
Well, you ain't supposed to. You just don't draw. Just don't try to draw.
Right,
Oh, I
right.
know.
As a matter of fact, oh, get Acts 13.
All right, Barry.
What's this? Who
Barry just put it in there.
did it?
Yep.
Yep. There you go, Barry.
Acts 13 and 1.
There you go.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger.
It was called what?
Niger.
What it was called? Simeon was called Niger.
Niger.
You sure that's the right pronunciation of that?
You want me to really say
What does it mean?
Black.
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 Y'all be quiet for a minute. I'm looking at the Strong's definition of what you said, Niger.
Niger.
Let's see the pronunciation.
1G.
Yeah.
Let's see if we pronouncing that right.
Carlos, man.
Let's see if we pronouncing that right in the Greek.
Strong's G 3526. Niger. Niger.
Niger. Was where they get the, well, we know that word.
Right.
Niger. It's called pronounced Niger, not Niger.
Not
Niger. That's close to the other word.
Yeah.
He was black, but it means black.
It means black.
Simeon was called Niger, or
Right.
or black. He was black. Okay.
I got
definition?
friends at home. You know,
What's the definition?
Yeah.
I don't even know their real name.
You want the definition?
One of them
of
called
Niger?
black. No, one of them. I mean, they real dark. So we call them black. One of them black. One of them. I'm real. What a black boy name?
Oh no.
That what y'all called him?
Black boy. Yeah. Black. Same thing. You know. Hey, they were. What has been will be again.
Yep.
You know, these nicknames is still. These are still people. Just because we're reading about the Bible, they still the same.
Same. That's right.
Yeah, right.
Cultures.
Black. But anyway,
Yep.
Let him read that. We want to read that.
what's that?
Oh, and
The
Bible
definition-
dictionary.
the definition of Niger.
Okay, go ahead.
Black. A surname of Simeon, one of the 5 prophets and teachers of the church of Antioch, who were led of the Lord to send forth Paul and Barnabas on the first missionary journey.
Okay.
So is it apparent here that relative to chapter 13, it wasn't considered a negative
Right.
term?
And they turned it to
They turned it.
a negative term. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Joe did.
Because it seems like in the days of Yeshua, relative to his encounter with southern and north and the kingdom and other, well, it's self-evident in scripture that who he was dealing with, because there wasn't racism.
Right. Right. That's right.
Racism wasn't even an issue.
Right. Yep.
And it couldn't have been, because I come but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't a race issue.
I think the only race, well, I'm going to call it race issue. I think the only thing they had going on back then was a nationality issue,
Well, true.
if I can put it that way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
you know, you remember at one time they had no dealings with
Right.
the Northern Kingdom.
Northern Kingdom. Yeah.
So
They
it
call 'em
wasn't
dogs,
a race.
so you know.
They called them dogs. That's right. And it had, so it was, it wasn't a racism
Yeah.
issue, because it was the same, kind of the same race, but nationality issue.
Yeah.
That the Most High was trying
Social
to
status.
put back into in order, social
They
status.
consider them unclean.
That's right.
because they, Israel.
Right. And so if you're looking at it that way, then
Yeah.
nothing new under the sun,
Nothing.
right? That's the same thing that happened to those Israelites that came over here.
Right.
It was like a nationality issue, but it was a race thing with them as well.
Right.
But it was a nationality thing too,
Right.
because we're superior. We are superior over you. They had it in the Constitution at one time that blacks wasn't even considered
Whole man.
Oh, yeah.
a whole man.
Well,
1/3.
One-
It's
three
written
fifths.
in the Constitution.
Well,
1/3 of a man.
You trace that back to Catholicism.
Yes, that's right.
That's where that came from.
It was considered 1/3 of a man, not even a whole man. Israelites, so-called blacks. So that was their whole. I'm telling you, that's 12:9. That's Revelation 12. That's what Satan knew it. Once he got over here, once the Israelites came over here, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put this plan into work, and I'm gonna bring division, and I'm gonna bring up Caesar Borgia as Christ, and it's gonna make them feel superior, and they're gonna look at blacks as dogs, not superior, and that's what's been going on all this time, and it brought it right into the Christianity realm.
Oh yeah, I mean, 'cause the Catholics brought that in.
Sure
I mean,
did.
I mean, it was
Sure did.
once 80, 70, and ensuing years, next couple of 100 years, it was about destroying
Yeah.
the evidence and switching it over to Christianity.
Right.
The doctrine,
Yep.
the Catholic doctrine, all that, but all of that was to annihilate the remnants
Yes.
of Judah.
Yes. Yeah.
It was all about
That's
getting
it.
them off the books.
That's right. And if we be honest with ourselves, Mike, that's because of the society that we were born and raised in and indoctrinated in, then it was like that some of us had that racism in us and didn't even know it.
Right.
Because it was the norm. And so a lot of us, when we come into the truth, we have to ask the Most High to deliver us from whatever
Right.
prejudice or
Right.
racism we have in us
Right.
because of what we were indoctrinated in. And so a lot of people, they say, no, I'm not racist. I'm not, you know, I love white people. I love black people. And they say all of this stuff. But then I was looking, Mike, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why is it that majority of black churches, you may see one or two in there or none, but it's all blacks. Then you can go right across the street to the white church. Right across the street, and it's white churches. And it's nothing but whites in there. Maybe you can probably get one or two, but it's majority, it's whites. And then you have some that, so if there's no racism, anything that's going on, then why is these churches divided the way they are? With predominantly black churches and predominantly white churches. That's the trick. I'm telling you, that was Satan's whole plan. Keep them divided. If we can keep them divided, then they can't.
Right.
They won't know this truth.
Right.
And that was his whole plan from the beginning,
Right.
from the get go.
Right.
Revelations 12:9.
You know, and more damage was done
Yes.
by the third.
Yes.
The declaration that was written up. It was equally more damaging than the whoopings
Mm-hmm.
that came after.
That's right.
So
That's right. Indoctrinated, man. Yeah.
then
War games.
That was his whole plan. That's his whole plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a couple more in the Bible that I just talk since we didn't spend so much time on this.
Okay.
Moses.
Yep.
Take your hand.
Take your hand. Yep.
You see, when he pulled his hand out, it was
Came in
leopard.
white as
Came
lepers.
out-
Yep.
If it was white, then that
Yeah.
wouldn't be no trick.
Yep.
Miriam,
So did.
when she, I'm gonna read that.
Yep.
Miriam, this is Numbers 12. Numbers 12:10.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about Moses' Ethiopian wife, Aaron and Miriam were.
Mm-hmm.
And God said, well, what y'all talking about? Y'all putting your name on my anointed, my chosen, my prophet, Moses? I fix you. And verse 10, what? Now go start it now.
Okay. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed.
Okay.
And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous,
Uh-huh.
white as snow.
White as snow.
Yep.
And Aaron looked,
Go ahead.
and Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
Keep going.
And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly,
Why did he say this? Keep going.
and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed. when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
So, y'all, when babies first come out, they don't look like Noah. They, matter of fact, man, what that baby picture
of you, yeah.
Ain't even white man.
He about my color.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Like he just got off the roof. When he was a baby.
Oh man. I said that ain't you. Where you get that picture from?
Hey, he painted it.
Oh. That ain't you.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Let us see.
Well, I don't know if y'all can see that or
You
not.
got to bring it up to that camera, boy. Let them see that one. He ruddy, y'all. Nah, it was ruddy.
Yeah, then I got burnt.
Then there was
Oh man.
there was a couple more with color.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Job 30.
huh?
Job.
Yeah.
Lamentations 4:8.
Lamentations. Talk about I'm black.
Yep.
Solomon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talk
All
about
those.
it. Yeah.
You know, but we were just reading over it
Yep.
because we thought that you know, that was Jesus, the
Yep.
picture you had.
Yeah.
You know, and it didn't relate to us.
Right.
I don't even think we even thought that. Why is our God white?
Yep.
I
We didn't.
It never crossed my
It
mind.
never did me either.
Me either.
Me neither.
Until this awakening.
Yep.
And it ain't that fact that. Go, let me see that picture. That ain't white. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
Right.
It's the doctrine that
That's
comes with the picture.
That's it.
Sunday worship.
Yep.
Died on Friday, rose on Sunday.
Uh-huh.
You know, Christmas.
Yep.
Easter. He loves everybody.
That's it.
Ain't no commandments.
Yep.
Eat what you want.
Yep.
All that comes with the picture.
Sure do. That's Christianity.
Doctrine.
That's right.
That's
It's the doctrine
Christianity.
that
That's
comes with the
Christianity.
picture.
That's
I
it.
don't care what it looked like.
Yep.
Right.
And I really don't.
That's right.
Because I thought he looked like this all my life anyway.
Right. Me too. Me too.
And that's why I said in the beginning, we would have never brought this up
Yeah.
had the question that came up.
Yeah.
But it's good to know
It is good to know. Yeah.
for
You got to know
history.
yeah,
for the history of it. It is. It's
Truth.
good to know.
The truth.
And
You shall know the truth.
That's right.
Like you said, for the history
That's
of
right.
it that they took out.
Yep.
Now, what else was going on? They took it out of around 1880. What else was going on? There was some black people who was being freed from slavery, who was learning how to read.
Yep.
Education.
If we leave this in the Bible,
Right.
they're going to find out who they are.
That's right.
What's wrong with them finding out who they are, though? What's wrong with that? Because once 144,000 of them get sealed,
That's it.
our kingdom is over.
That's it. Yep.
Christ is coming back, and there ain't no more Roman Empire.
Yep.
That's what we in. We in the Roman Empire. I don't care that you can Google it and tell you that it was over in 437 AD or whatever.
Yeah.
That ain't what the Bible say.
Right.
The Bible say until that stone come down and hit the bottom of that statue from heaven,
Yep.
then we're in the Roman Empire.
Yep.
So that's why the deception.
Yep.
That's why all the abortion clinics are put up in your neighborhood.
Yep.
That's why all the jails are put up in. That's why all the drugs are getting dropped off on Martin Luther King Drive.
That's right.
How they get here? It's the doctrine of Balaam.
Yep.
I can't curse them, but you put the stuff there and you let them curse themselves.
Stop the 144 to be sealed from being sealed.
That's what it's about.
That's the whole. That's
As
the
long
whole
as they
thing.
ain't being sealed, we
Yep.
say,
We're
give me
safe.
Spiritual warfare.
That's right.
Jeremiah 31.
That's what it is.
It's all about
That's what it is. Spiritual warfare.
Meanwhile, in Jeremiah 31,
Meanwhile.
back at OK Gorilla.
yeah, start at 31 like we always do.
31.
We're gonna go a little further this time. We're gonna go to about 37.
All right. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Yeah.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt,
You're gonna make a new covenant. Go ahead.
which my covenant they break.
They broke the first one. Go ahead.
Although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord.
Okay.
But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord. For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sins no more.
Keep going.
Thus saith the Lord.
Sin. Singular.
Okay. Their sin no more.
Yeah.
Why you stopping right there, Colin? What difference do it make?
That different is singular. That's the spiritual fornication, adultery.
That's
sin.
That's the sin that's getting you put away.
That's right.
That's the sin that's got you under the death penalty. The fornication. That's sin.
That's
right.
Sins. Right.
One sin.
One sin.
That's the death penalty.
Yep.
Go ahead. I can make restitution if I steal something.
Right.
You know, I can get a sacrifice if I, slap Mike across the head or something. You know, make some things you can atone for.
Right.
Not
Can't atone for that. That's right.
That's a death sentence.
Yep.
Go ahead.
35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day.
Listen to this right here. This is the part I'm talking about. Go ahead.
And the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night.
Okay.
Which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Okay.
If those ordinances depart from before me.
What ordinances? What you just talking about the stars and the sea and all that? If all that cease, then what?
Saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease.
Look at that.
From being a nation before me forever.
Yep.
When all that stops.
Yep.
Then no more Israel.
That's it.
But if you wake up and the sun still shining, the sea still roaring, and all that, Israel is still a nation somewhere.
That's right.
They might not know who they are, but he knows. But keep going.
Yep.
37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured.
If heaven can be, why do you think SpaceX keeps shooting these satellites? It ain't to go to the moon. They ain't trying to go to Mars.
So ain't.
This is what they doing. They trying to.
They doing the same thing.
He cannot lie.
That's right.
So if they can measure heaven.
Nothing new under the sun, man. If they tried to, I ain't trying to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I got to see this point. Nothing new under the sun. If they doing that now, that was the same thing they was doing from the Tower of Babel.
Exactly.
That's what they was trying to get up there.
That's right.
That's what they're doing today. Same thing.
They don't live 1,000 years back in the day.
Right.
Versus today.
Right.
So
they trying to get up there. All these moon shots and the stuff they telling, that's not what they doing. They trying to check it out. What's up there? That's what they trying to do.
They might be trying to see if they see something coming.
That too.
Trying to block them off.
I think it's more that than
trying to block them off.
What's on the way?
Okay, start over.
37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured,
if heaven can be measured,
and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath,
searched out beneath. Go ahead.
I will also cast off all the seed of Israel.
What that submarine that went missing? What you think going on?
Yeah.
Look, y'all go over here. Y'all measure. See if you can measure.
Yeah.
The heavens.
Yep.
I'm gonna see how deep the earth is.
Yep.
And meantime, y'all work on the drugs. Y'all work on the abortion. Y'all work all of this.
That's what's going on.
It's because I got to keep those Hebrews from being sealed. Police, y'all start killing abortion. Open the abortion clinic. Don't tell them it's an abortion.
Right.
Tell them it's a woman's right to choose.
Right.
That sounds soft.
That sounds better.
Oh yeah,
Much better.
They got a say so in the mouth.
That's your body. You control your body.
Yeah,
you
ain't tell nobody what to do.
Nobody what to.
Nobody tell you what to do.
That sounds better.
Listen, y'all, it's all the answers are right there.
Yep.
Everything it's in here, and we've been deceived the whole time because just by not knowing who you are.
Yep.
If you knew who you are, you wouldn't be at an abortion clinic because you wouldn't be having sex before you got married no way.
Right.
His word change you.
Yep.
The only thing.
You don't be breaking the laws if you knew who you were.
That's it.
Look, I just want to read that. The show, man, God, dog,
Man,
man,
that-
tear
that's
up.
That's good, man.
Golly.
That's yeah.
Because they working.
That's his
You
whole
in a
plan.
war and you don't even know.
Yeah, yep.
You've been fought against and you don't even know.
Yep.
They working on all different fronts.
Yep.
And you don't even know. All against you.
They're trying to keep us from not. Let me read Psalms 83 one time, 1 through 4. Look, it says, "Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people."
It's the only one they can counsel again.
What is the crafty counsel? Everything to be there, just all of the things that's going on right now. To keep that 144 from being sealed, they have to take crafty counsel from the people and consult it against thy hidden ones. Who are the hidden ones? It's Israel. They have said, "Come, let us cut them off from being a nation. Let's get together. Let's forget about our differences for right now. Let's all come together," because they know, Mike, if they come together, if that nation of people come together and find out they're Israelites and the 144 is sealed, BJ said, that's it.
Our kingdom, all of us are gone.
That's it.
So it behoove us to work together on this thing. That's what the scripture says.
Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They've been doing this since the beginning of time, Mike. Like you said, nothing new under the sun. They've been trying to your boy I can't cuss Balaam. I can't cuss, but I can show you how.
Yeah.
They've cussed the curse themselves. I can show you how to do that. I can't do it. That's the same thing that they're doing these other nations that hate the Most High, are doing the same thing.
And you know, you see the historical data. Oh God, Satan is so crafty.
I'm telling you.
The real Israel is only a nation in the eyes of God.
Mm-hmm.
He know who they are.
Yep.
But Satan has set up a people in the land of Israel.
Over there now. That's
and
right.
They think that's the nation.
That's God's people.
That is not who he's talking about.
Yep.
A major distraction.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
See the whole world.
Like
Yep.
I said, war strategy.
Yep.
It's war strategy.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Master plan.
Right. And he can only take crafty counsel against the people of God because he can't do nothing to God directly.
That's right.
So his only choice is to attack his people.
That's right.
That's the only thing he can get to is the people.
Yeah, he been cast out of heaven. That's why Revelation. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. What call it?
Mm-hmm. Remember that one.
Satan has come down with great wrath.
Right.
But we know he had but a short
time.
Yeah, so we don't have access to the heavens no more. All he can do is keep those people from being. That's the last thing. That's all he got left.
Yeah.
It's the only thing, unless he can measure the heavens and tell how many light years this and that is. That's what you think they measuring it for. What's a light year? Who came up with that?
Revelations 8. Yeah.
Who came up with the technology to even shoot a spaceship
Right.
into the atmosphere? Who thought of that? I ain't never woke up and said, I think I want to go to the moon today.
Well, that's an
What do you think?
Well, you know where to get it from.
No life on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Where do you think the technology come from?
Yep.
When you read
Yep.
some of these books that they took out, you know exactly where it came
Exactly where it came from. That's right. Yep. Yep.
from. What you got, Mike?
No, I think some people had shot in some scriptures. Did you want to get them?
We got some scriptures.
I don't know if you want to get it.
Come out before the low sheet.
Yeah, we covered. I think we covered in 13 and 7. Revelation 13 and 7.
I don't even
Matthew
Is that right?
15, 24.
Matthew 15, 24.
Yeah, that's what it says.
15, oh, that was it.
But he answered and said, I am not sent
Mm-hmm.
but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. What was that?
Revelation 13, 7.
Revelation 13, 7. All right, 13, 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints,
Yep.
and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
On Satan.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean that's the eye opener right there, because we know now that which is considered the least is the principle under attack.
Yep.
You know, we always look at we the tail, not the head.
Yeah.
But it's the tail you're trying to keep at the bottom. And that's what Satan has done. But it's just like if Hosea 6 and 2 went there.
We'll be getting ready.
And the evidence is, you done made my people curse themselves.
Yeah.
By constantly, tempting them.
Yep.
Temptations.
Yep.
Putting the things in front of them that's going to draw them away from me into the corruption of abominations of all kinds, just all kind of abomination, really.
Yeah.
But I would, as you brought out, I never forsake Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's not going to forsake them, he has to wake them up.
Yep.
It's not because of our righteousness that he has woke us up.
Right.
It's because he loved Israel.
That's right.
And he still, as you bring out very often, I got a work to finish, and I'm not going to change the work.
Right. Or who am you?
When I start, that's the principle.
Yeah.
Judah. Why? Because that's the line Christ come from.
Mm-hmm.
It's self-evident why Judah is his target.
Mm-hmm.
Because Yeshua comes from Judah.
Come to that line. That's right. Yep.
And I'm going to stay with the line.
Yep.
And you are going to go do the work I set out for you to do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no authority or power that can interfere with that. And he's showing it by this awakening.
Yep.
He's showing it right now. Every lie is going to be, every mountain that's been raised up is going to be brought low. Every valley that's been brought, there was a mountain for me, I'm going to raise it back up.
Two quick things.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll move. I mean,
You had another question.
yeah. We can answer kind of quick. Carlos can answer. He said that my word don't come back void, right?
Yeah.
That means what I said is gonna happen.
Right.
It might be delayed. It might not happen.
It ain't delayed.
It is. It's right on time.
It
But
ain't delayed.
just because it didn't happen in the Old Testament the way he said it,
Yeah.
don't think that, okay, I got a new plan now.
Yep.
And that's what the church has said.
Oh, yes.
The church said,
Yep.
Go ahead.
you know what I'm going.
Yeah, I already know. But that's so true. Go on.
The church has said, well, we're God's people now.
Right.
The Jews, they blew it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just made God a liar.
Mm-hmm.
You just made his word come back void.
Right.
There you go.
You saying that his first plan didn't work.
Right.
No, he still got the same plan.
Same plan.
And that's why he's waking up those people.
Right.
Because through them, they're going to wake up by remnant
Yeah.
That's right.
from all nations.
Yep.
Wow.
So, you talked about this today. Say we're wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the sake of
Just say we're wrong, and Sunday's right.
Uh-huh.
The doctrine, Christmas, Easter, all that's okay. It's right.
Yeah.
And we're wrong.
Yeah.
Can we still make it in by practicing what we're practicing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we're keeping the commandments.
Keeping the commandments.
Yeah.
Huh?
So what we got to lose?
We're keeping the commandments.
So what we got to lose?
We can still make it
That's right.
if the Sunday doctrine is right.
Right.
But what if we right?
Right. What?
Can the Sunday people
Nope.
make it in?
Nope.
Huh?
Can't get in.
They can't get in.
Nope.
As liberal as Sunday is, we can still make it.
What you got to
Even
do?
if we wrong.
Right.
If we 100% wrong.
Right.
We still good.
That's right.
We ain't got nothing to lose.
Right.
Oh, I was bad. We still picked up in that.
My bad.
But if we right now,
Yeah.
I know I just said it, but I wanted to say it again because I wanted to hit. If we right,
Yep.
a lot of people gonna hear depart from me,
That's right.
ye workers of iniquity.
Mm-hmm.
I never do. You ain't sleeping today.
That's right.
So
But you said a good point. Don't lose your thought.
I'm through.
A lot of people, and what does that mean? A lot of people is going to lose their eternal soul. It's those people who we woke up and they received it, but they rejected it. He know the heart of everybody's already fallen asleep too.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing I think we dismiss.
That's what we miss.
Bring the
Yeah.
Most High down to human level.
Yep. Yep.
Thinking that I got a problem because so and so been dead 100 years.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
We talking about God,
Right.
the Most High,
Yep.
as if He's like humans and can't discern between the evil heart and the righteous
That's
heart.
right.
The repentant heart and the heart that just stiff neck and won't repent.
Yep.
As if He don't know that.
Right.
That's
a good
bringing
point.
Him low.
It's a good point.
That is bringing Him low.
That's
When
yes.
you have that kind of idea of who God is.
Well, you know what?
He don't know the righteous from the unrighteous. Come on. Now.
Mike, that's a good point because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
We judge people according to how we think.
Thank you.
And some people that we do judge, the Most High is not looking at that same person the same way.
No way.
And that's what gets us in trouble.
That's what
Because
gets us in trouble.
we judge jury and execution
There you go.
instead of letting the Most High, who is the righteous
Be
judge.
the Most High.
That's right. Be the Most High.
Right.
We can do that sometimes.
Be careful with that.
I'm telling you, that is dangerous
That
because
is
you can bring
dangerous.
judgment on yourself
Yeah.
if you're looking at some other person and the differently how the Most High is looking at that person. That person, like you just said, we don't know the hearts of men, of a person like the Most High does. So we have to be careful. Not when we judge, it says judge righteously.
Right.
Yeah.
Not judge according to how I think he or she should be doing something.
Right.
That's you judging now. You're judge, jury, and executioner,
Right.
and you can bring judgment on yourself by doing that. That's dangerous.
Very
Be
dangerous.
careful that we don't do that, y'all.
Right.
We are not. We playing God and don't even know it.
That's right.
Be careful with that. Just because we see somebody doing something that's not the way we think they should be doing it. Well, who are we to judge somebody that way when the Most High knows the heart of that person?
He's you bring up a point that even Yeshua himself said, "Judge not, and you shall not be judged."
There it is, Matthew 7.
But we all going to be judged.
That's right.
So what is he saying? The person that can find their way out of judging is a person who probably will find the righteousness of God.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than just this that little small sentence, "Judge not, and ye shall not be judged."
Mm-hmm.
If you can affirm your relationship with Him to the order of having enough wisdom to know that it's not in me to judge nobody,
Yep.
and truly in your heart you don't, He said you're not going to be judged.
Yep.
He can't lie. But we don't understand the depth of what it takes not to judge. Because all of us in this room,
Yep.
everybody's listening to us, the world has judged. So everybody falls under judgment. Why? Because you've been judging.
Mm-hmm.
We're not, like you just said, we're guilty.
Yep.
If any of us sit in this room, I never judge nobody. You make him a lie.
Right.
You see the point?
There's another part say judge righteously.
Yeah, judge righteously. That's right.
In other words, I can't tell you. You know you ain't supposed to be messing with that girl.
Right.
If I'm gone now, messing wouldn't want to do.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
You bringing judgment upon yourself.
exactly.
You being a
I
hypocrite.
can't correct nobody if I'm doing the same thing.
No, you can't.
So judge righteous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
The other question, kind of who's up? Hanukkah. Is that a holiday we supposed to or can? I don't know. Celebrate.
Hanukkah.
Yeah, Hanukkah.
Okay.
I was trying to remember exactly how it was worded. But what about Hanukkah?
Well, let's go to First Maccabees.
Second?
Is it first? Is it second or first? First Maccabees.
I think second.
What the? Yeah, First Mac. Yep, you already got on there, don't you? You already on the page. He's going just turning. He just flipping his book and he going right to the scriptures.
First book of Maccabees.
Chapter 4, ain't it?
Yep, chapter 4, starting at verse 37.
Well, you probably have to go up because Hanukkah is basically dealing with the rededication of the temple.
Oh, I thought you wanted to where he told him to. I thought you wanted the second where he wanted. Go ahead.
Oh, when he did the lighting of the what's the name?
Where he was
We can
telling
get that.
them the ones in Egypt too.
We can get that too.
Okay, go ahead. Y'all go ahead with that. First,
What's the question?
Should we celebrate Hanukkah?
Is it okay to celebrate Hanukkah?
let me get it real quick. Sorry. Where is it? Okay. Let's see. Hanukkah, a holiday we could celebrate. Is Hanukkah a holiday we could celebrate?
Okay.
Not supposed to, but could.
Gotcha. Well, are we giving the brief answer or the long answer?
You give a brief.
You want to give them the brief?
Yeah. Since it's 9 already.
Well, we give them the brief. Go ahead and get yours. Get your scripture.
Well, it's not one of the Leviticus 23 feasts of Christ, of God. God, it's not one of his feasts.
He didn't ordain.
Right.
Yep.
It ain't one that he ordained. So
Right.
you're not breaking a law for not doing it.
Right.
Let's put it that way.
Yep.
Was it John 10 where Christ came to the feast dedication?
Mm-hmm.
So Christ came. They didn't call it Hanukkah. They called
Feast
it
of dedication.
Feast of dedication.
Yeah.
It is 10, right?
Yeah, 10, 10, yeah. You started 22.
Started one. You say what you said? 22, I'm sorry. I thought you said 2.
10 and 22. And it was at Jerusalem the feast of the dedication.
Yes, sir.
And it was winter.
Okay.
And Yeshua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch.
Okay, so he came. He did.
Yeah, he did.
What is it though?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you was about to get.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, since the time is short, I was going to give a brief history of it. And
Okay, well, go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah. You say brief.
You know what, man?
Lord have mercy.
Go ahead and hit it. I don't want to go to all the.
Tell what happened.
Yeah, but it's too lengthy. You probably have to go through all the 4. I don't want to do all that. Just get back to went back to the set up his army. Started about 30.
About 30.
Yeah, it'll.
All right, First Maccabees chapter 4.
Well, let me give you a brief look before we get into this, because we don't want to read that whole chapter. We don't have time. But basically, what happened is the heathen came in and took the temple. The Greeks. Thank you. They came in. They took the temple and they defiled the temple by putting pork and all of this stuff on the altar. Right. And so what happened is Judas Maccabee. Judas Maccabee and his army came in, and they fought with the Greeks, and they ended up getting the temple back after they defeated the Greeks. And so this is where we're going to pick it up at the beginning of chapter 4. When y'all get a chance, read chapter 4 if you haven't. Chapter 4 of First Maccabees, and it gives you that history of where Hanukkah or the Feast of Dedication came from. But you can start around about 30.
All right. First Maccabees chapter 4, we're going to start at verse 30. And when he saw that mighty army, he prayed and said, Blessed art thou, O Savior of Israel, who didst quail in the violence of the mighty man, by the hand of thy servant David, and gavest the host of strangers into the hands of Jonathan, the son of Saul, and his armor bearers. Shut up this army in the hand of thy people Israel, and let them be confounded in their power and horsemen. Make them to be of no courage, and cause the boldness of their strength to fall away, and let them quake at their destruction.
Yeah.
Cast them down with the sword of them that love thee, and let all those that know thy name praise thee with thanksgiving. So they joined battle, and there were slain of the host of Lycia about 5,000 men.
Greeks.
Even before them were they slain.
Okay.
Now when Lycia saw his army put to flight, and the manliness of Judas' soldiers, and how they were ready either to live or die, valiantly, he went into Antioch, and gathered together a company of strangers, and having made his army greater than it was, he proposed to come again into Judea. Then said Judas and his brethren, Behold, our enemies are discomfited. Let us go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary.
There it is.
Upon this, all the hosts assembled themselves together, and went up into Mount Sion. And when they saw the sanctuary desolate, and the altar profane, and the gates burned up, and scrubs growing in, the courts as in a forest or in one of the mountains, yea, and the priest's chambers pulled down. They rent their cloths and made great lamentations, and cast ashes upon their heads, and fell down flat to the ground upon their faces, and blew an alarm with the trumpet, and cried toward heaven. Then Judas appointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress, until he had cleansed the sanctuary.
Right.
So he chose priests of blameless conversation, such as had pleasure in the law, who cleansed the sanctuary, and bare out the defiled stones into an unclean place. And when as they consulted what to do with the altar of burnt offerings, which was profane, they thought it best to pull it down, lest it should be a reproach to them, because the heathen had defiled it, wherefore they pulled it down. And
the heathen, the Greeks, they defiled that temple. I mean, the altar. So now they got it back, and now they're getting ready to sanctify it back into the Most High. And so go ahead.
46. And laid up the stones in the mountain of the temple in a convenient place, until there should come a prophet to show what should be done with them. Then they took whole stones according to the law, and built a new altar according to the former.
There it is. Go ahead.
And made up the sanctuary and the things that were within the temple, and hallowed the courts.
And hallowed, they holy, they sanctified it. And so that's, I guess you can, we don't got to go all the way. But if y'all get the picture, that's what happened. They ended up defeating the Greeks, because the Greeks defiled the temple, and the Feast of Dedication is just basically they rededicated that temple back to Most High. They made it hollow, they sanctified it. And so, and if we read along further down, it says that they kept it from generations. They kept it, that dedication. And it was the reminder of them, of Judas Maccabees, defeating the Greeks and getting getting the temple back, and rededicating that altar back to the Most High. That's what Hanukkah is. It's just the rededication of the temple or the altar to the Most High. And so, like we just said, if you want to, it's no sin to keep it if you want to keep it. I mean, it's just like the Leviticus 23 and all of those feasts. We don't keep them because majority of those feasts you had to be in Jerusalem to keep them. But you have some that they do want it, the Passover and things of that nature. The other feasts they keep them, but is it a salvation issue? That's I guess that's the biggest. If I don't keep it, am I sinning? No. If that's the question that's want to be answered, right? That's the underlying question. If do I supposed to keep it, and if I don't keep Hanukkah, am I sinning? So no, you're not. That was just, and again, that was only done in Jerusalem, right? Mm-hmm. The Feast of Dedication.
Well, no. I think in 2, second Maccabees, he started off writing a letter to his brothers in Egypt.
Okay.
And he told them to make sure they keep it. Tell them what happened. Right there in chapter 1.
So they kept it outside of Jerusalem.
Yeah. Let me see here. Jason. He's right there. Okay, here it is. Okay. Start at 10. I think. No.
Second Maccabees chapter 1, starting at verse 10. In the 184 and eighth year, the people that were at Jerusalem and in Judea, and the council of Judas sent greetings and health unto Aristobulus, King
Aristobulus.
Ptolemaeus.
Ptolemaeus.
But Ptolemaeus. Okay, I thought that would have worked. Ptolemaeus.
I gave it short.
Master,
Who
was of the stock of the anointed priests, and to the Jews that were in Egypt. Okay. And so much as God had delivered us from great perils, we thank him highly as having been in battle against a king. For he cast them out that fought within the holy city. For when the leader was come into Persia, and the army with him.
Jump down to, if you don't mind, 17.
Blessed be our God in all things, who have delivered up the ungodly. Therefore, whereas we are now proposed to keep the purification of the temple upon the 25th day of the month of Cashlus, we thought it necessary to certify you thereof, that ye also might keep it, as the feast of the tabernacles and of the fire, which was given us when Nehemiah offered sacrifice after that he had built the temple and the altar.
So he just goes on to tell, a story about what happened.
Yeah.
But he's writing a letter to tell them, hey, this is what happened here. Y'all keep it.
Yeah.
But it's the 25th day Caslu, which is Caslu would be
December.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Crazy thing is, if you gonna see it celebrated different times, because some people still keep it on the calendar days that God gave.
Yeah.
So you'll see some days off.
Jewish.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. They keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
On that day. Yeah.
But when it really is, I don't know. I can tell you.
Yeah.
But the oil, they only had enough oil for what, 1 day?
Yep.
They get burned 8 days.
Burn 8 days.
Right.
Yep.
And so
The menorah, the candle, the menorah. It burnt for 8 days. Yeah.
But I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. It ain't nothing that
Well, all we do know is it's not a sin.
Right. It's one of those like
if you don't keep it.
In Romans 14, when the Jews was trying to get the northern kingdom to keep the feast, the fast on those holy days, but northern kingdom went down.
Right.
So Paul's saying, why are you
Why
trying
you
to get them
to keep it? Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and that's what we just read there. Those people he was writing to in Egypt, they wasn't there.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to tell them, you know, hey, we gonna be keeping it. This is what happened.
Yep.
And you know, y'all want to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, bro? You see anything else? Question? There's no questions today, huh? Kind of glad it wouldn't. That took longer than I thought. Mike, what you got? I know you got something. Come on now. Sum it all up, man.
Close it up now.
You did.
Words of wisdom.
You guys, I mean, he just reiterated what we said it down. If it disturbs you, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Just keep the
Keep the
commandment.
commandment.
Yep.
And one more thing, like I said earlier, if we wrong,
Right.
Uh-huh.
we still good.
Yep.
We still walking through them gates.
Right.
That's right.
But if you wrong,
Right.
so if Sunday is wrong, excuse me,
Yeah.
not y'all. If Sunday is wrong, there gonna be some sad people who gonna say, Lord, Lord,
Yeah.
and think they gonna walk through them gates.
Yeah.
Keep those commandments and the Sabbath.
Told the young brother to keep the, you know the law.
Exactly.
When we enter the kingdom, keep the commandment.
Rich young lose it. What must I do to inherit eternal life?
Right.
What do you say, Mike?
Keep the commandment.
Keep the commandment.
You know the law. Yeah.
All right.
Keep them then.
What you got, Doc?
All right, Ecclesiastes 12, verses 13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Yeah.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
Wow.
For this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Right.
All right.
See y'all on the
y'all on
Shabbat.
Sabbath.
Good night, y'all.
Shalom.
Even in